This is Chargers. Yeah. Yep. That mean they can style soon.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more in Pats emerge from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Vikings with a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Cousins. And he's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Word, so that's you.
And they'll let their fullback try to push the pile. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he's taken down inside the 30. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however they drew it up for this 1st drive, going to plan so far. Cousins now on 2nd down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Go, let's go. Where's the hot?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run with White. And some room to maneuver. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Here's White. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now. 10. Now White. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He's going to fight. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Josh Gordon, 41 yards. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Well, before the Vikings take over here, I want to talk about one of the men that they have on offense that is just doing amazing this year. That's Adam Thielen. 5 straight 100-yard games to begin this season. 7 catches, 116 yards, and a score last week in that win over Philly.
He is truly a self-made guy in so many ways. I talked with his college coach, and do you know how they found him to get him to Minnesota State?
How?
At a high school all-star game in the summer, he had no offers from anywhere else. They got him for $500. That was the so-called scholarship that he got to go to Minnesota State.
Oh, wow.
$500, works his way into the position he's in, doesn't get drafted, goes to a...
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Adrian Claiborne in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and run with Murray.
No.
And I'm not sure he got there.
No.
Did they stop him? They did.
The boot for challenge. 2-minute warning.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a toss play. This is White looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And some space here. And running with power here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Now he's flushed out right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I know how to do
now
them.
the Patriot offense
like
set to take over again. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Brady to throw on second down.
Oh!
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Gronkowski, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing is Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground with White. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Brady. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, Disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Ryan Allen now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Sherrills. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Cousins. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a 1st down. Cousins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends.
Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
And they'll run it here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On second down, here's Brady. That's complete. It's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw.
This motherfucker dropped the goddamn ball.
Jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Fuck, bro.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Toward the center of the field,
man,
but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
We ran responding to a call because HPD said they needed us for backup and shit, right?
He's back to throw.
Making it to the scene without these motherfuckers.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
South, right? So, man, this dude, I'm talking about, they whooped his ass. They beat the shit out this motherfucker. So, all right.
Down 7, and they got to go for it here on 4th down.
The jail ain't taking because he was fucked up. And
now Brady got to have this one. Open man, there is Patterson.
Yeah, so the jail won't take him because he was fucked up because he had open wounds and shit.
They keep the game alive,
and
at
this
least for the
motherfucker, he was
moment,
high
as
off
it's
for
a
something,
first
so
down.
he wasn't being cooperative worth a damn, right? So
Brady now, perfect since the second half started. 7-7. It's 1st and 10.
Because we can't do shit else, you know, because he already denied EMS to check him out and shit. He ain't want nobody to fuck with him. So shit, we just dropped his ass off at the hospital and burnt out, right? So, you know, this motherfucker. Yes, touchdown. You know, this motherfucker went to the hospital. Well, went to the front of the hospital. And,
so getting the big touchdown they needed late in the fourth. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
And now a critical extra point attempt here.
No.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game
my
here in the fourth.
lieutenant went. Man, I don't think I ever got chewed out like that. I felt less of a man. But I mean, we had the footage though.
So
I
here
like, man,
comes the
shit. I like,
kickoff
man,
now.
my
All
dash
even
cam,
here
man, my
in
body
this
cam
fourth
was
quarter.
on, man. We ain't do that shit. So, man, it ain't about that. I know that. Say, man, y'all ain't.
And now out comes
Take all that
Minnesota.
outside.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33.
Right? These motherfuckers grown. This nigga here, he was like 39 years old.
Now Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
They went and ran the motherfucker down and beat the shit out of him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We got there. Some more people was coming over there for the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Here's Cousins.
We got there in time because they said, man, y'all got here
on the
before
crossing
we
route. They'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Dang.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle.
Why he ain't coming off this fucking ball?
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Cousins.
Pick. There we go. Come on, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
At the 39-yard line.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got it.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
I got extremely excited.
Orange!
So after the INT, it's Brady. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler Gostkowski. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Looking deep.
Oh, this motherfucker. Why the fuck up?
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You
Why is this shit lagging now?
Throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10.
Damn,
and they work this near the 5.
Everything.
Stopped at the 6.
Back-to-back
nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Seeing that just how he catching everything.
Again, it's Cousins. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people
hammering for the goal.
Get the back, get the back.
Patriots and my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
No, it's probably a huge turnout. All right, let's go. What we gonna do?
First throw of overtime for Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. 29, Alpha.
Now Brady.
There we go, boy.
Complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offensive backfield has been something else in this game.
He's going to have the hook up to Izzo. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Hey, we got 4.
The Pats do snap it. It's Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Edelman was the intended target. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To throw, Cousins. He's going to air one out.
Come on, can we get this pick? Come on,
Took
get
a
the
shot,
pick,
couldn't
bro.
connect. The Vikings on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins now.
Pick.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. A partner, a great game that we...